don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hello there. All right, so I've gotten around to watching Pink. And, okay, I absolutely love courtroom dramas. I feel like they are just... There's something about the suspense of everything taking place pretty much in a room and just getting, like, glimpses of what's going on. That is... I absolutely love that. This isn't a great... This is a great movie. I feel, however, that they spent a little too long in the introduction to the courtroom aspect. There's just a little too... It's just a little too drawn out. And I also feel uncomfortable with why the lawyer... There's just something about him that seems off. Especially in the beginning. He's kind of out of it. I understand why he's out of it. They tried to make that like a medical aspect. However, it's like after the first incident when he's in the courtroom, it's kind of lost. And it's no longer affecting him. So there are little aspects that are just bothering me. The whole long, overdrawn out intro to the whole thing, because it's actually how it started out was amazing. Basically, a group of guys in a car and a group of women in another car, apparently leaving the scene of a crime because the guy has a towel over his head. It's gushing blood. And they're basically talking about pressing or trying not to press charges. And we don't know what's happened. We have no clue what went on. So that was actually a really nice aspect of it. I mean, that's pretty much the crux of a courtroom drama, but seeing them leaving the incident instead of actually seeing the incident and then having the whole thing play out, or even allowing us to see the incident at the very end. It was kind of done in a different manner, which was because they showed us, but it was more like a pixelmation, where it's all done in just little images here and there of pictures of people. So that it was okay. But this movie, it actually does really work, especially when it gets to courtroom drama. I was a little thrown off because I'm so used to like the American courtroom aspect that anytime it gets to something else, I'm a little thrown off because there's the person who's transcribing. Apparently, is it true that they only transcribe what the judge tells them to transcribe? Because the lady said one thing, and then the judge told the person who's transcribing the whole thing, oh, this is what she said, or write down she said this. That seems very problematic, because a lot of things can be taken out of context in a different situation. And I was looking at that, I was just like, this doesn't seem right. This seems very problematic. Very problematic. But I guess that's how it works, because there's no jury system there. It's a court of their peers that doesn't exist. It's the judge, I think, that says it all, because the jury system was removed apparently after the Rostam incident, which is also fascinating. Yeah, but this movie, because apparently they are prostitutes, or at least were prostitutes, or I'm even confused as to what exactly going on. Did they solicit this? But the whole thing was just so... Because you've heard me say it many times, I feel like prostitution, the only problem that makes prostitution problem is freaking the people who pay for it. If nobody paid for prostitution, would prostitution be a thing? But yeah, it was very, very interesting concept, because it wasn't really about the message of prostitution. It was basically about the message of women. Like, apparently there's a manual for women, because the lawyer kept talking about the manual for women, and I'm like, why the heck do women need a manual? And everything he was explaining, and the guy he was interviewing, everything, was just like, oh my gosh. And the fact that we don't need to protect our women, we need to protect our men, because our men are the ones who need to be, well, re-educated on what is right, re-educated on what is acceptable. I absolutely loved that flipped message at the very end, because it's just like, yeah, because if you look at it, it's not so much the women that are the issue, it's the men who just assume these things. It's all an assumption. yeah, that's mind-boggling movie throughout for me. It did run a little slow in the beginning, which is funny. It seemed to pick up more when the courtroom aspect came about, because I find that more entertaining. But yeah, I love the movie Pink. I'm gonna watch it again at some point in time. But yeah, movie Pink, definitely recommend. It's yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles!